I've been trying to be healthier lately. I just came back from a jog and I'm exhausted. But for some reason while I was out there, I found myself feeling like this is the best video to make right now and this is the best time to make it. So if at any point in time you see a change of clothes or whatever, it's because I got tired and I decided to take a shower, take a nap, get something to eat, and then come back and film 4 hours later. It might not happen. I'm just letting you know if it does happen, that's what happened.
What?
Greetings and welcome to Nathan Lyle Official. If you've never seen my face in a video before, my name is Nathan Lyle. This is my personal channel where I do vlogs, reviews, and anything else that happens to catch my fancy. And today, I have decided to review the worst season of Power Rangers that has ever been filmed. Now, funny enough, the main reason I am making this video is because there are people across multiple platforms of internet, social media, and whatnot that actually seem to think this is the good show. And to those people, I just have one thing to say. The only argument I've heard that I will accept is people who will try to say, hey, it may be the worst Power Rangers show, but it's not the worst show ever to exist. That, you know, the rest of Power Rangers hold it to a high enough standard that this one doesn't measure up. I will accept that argument. But anyone who tries to say that it's actually good,
are you too stupid to feel pain?
If I made a video dissecting every single episode and every little thing that I hated about every single episode, each video that I made would be 3 times longer than the actual episode. Because I think throughout the entire season, there was maybe 3 things that I actually liked about this show. But every 2 minutes, something else happened that pissed me off and made me wonder, why am I fucking torturing myself? I shouldn't have to sit through this. Guys, I'm not even joking. That was actual footage from Operation Overdrive. So look, the show wasn't all bad. Like I said, there were a couple of moments that hit. Like, for one thing, Spencer, easily the best character. I mean, fuck, the butler did it. He carried the show. And if I'm being honest, the whole Mac is an android storyline is probably the best thing about this show. Not necessarily because of the story itself, but I like how they handled it. They laid little hints early on, and when the reveal did happen, they dragged it out to the end of the season. You know, with Mac calling his dad Mr. Harford. And I did enjoy that aspect of it, because there are a lot of storylines in this season, and hell, some other seasons where it's like, I understand Power Rangers, it's a kid's show, it's very much Monster of the Week, this thing's happened, and then 20 minutes later we solved all of our problems. But there are some storylines that definitely would feel better, more fleshed out. So I'm glad that they fleshed this one out. I feel like they did some justice to that. But those 2 or 3 good things that I did enjoy about the show completely outweighed by the enormously long, endless list of things that I cannot fucking stand. I mean, having multiple villains doesn't sound like a bad idea, but some of the villains aren't that memorable, and they're more funny than scary. Plus, I think it doesn't do what they thought it would, which is, I think it makes the Rangers supposed to seem stronger, more because they're having to fight all of these threats. But these villains are clumsily tripping over each other, trying to get to the end goal. Part of me is like, y'all could easily just sit back, let them kill each other, and then just grab the rock and run.
Oh, I just let the animals wipe themselves out. God willing. Fuck them. Everybody who looks like them.
I could literally be here all day telling you everything I hate about it. Let's just focus on the thing I disliked the most, and that's the characters. It's hard to root for characters that you hate.
I hate everything about you.
Quick rundown, let's see if I can do this in one take. Ronnie, honestly, just not enough character development there. The only thing I remember about her is she's a race car driver and she's very competitive. Rose, sweet little Rose, she can do no wrong other than being an absolute know-it-all, and I mean that quite literally. She is a walking exposition dump who somehow magically happens to know whatever the Rangers need to know in order to move the story forward. Will and Dax, I'm not even sure what I should hate about them. I mean, I don't know if these actors just really suck, or if maybe these were just such poorly written characters that even the best actors in the history of the world couldn't bring them to life in a positive light. I do think with Will, though, the actor himself definitely has something to do with it, because that cocky smile of his just makes me want to punch out every single one of his fucking teeth one by one. Mac, he's boring and annoying until the Android storyline comes up, in which case he's just annoying. And then Tyzon, he had so much promise. The show instantly got better the second Tyzon showed up, and it only took a few episodes for it to come right back to Earth. You were supposed to be the solution, Tyzon. You ended up just being another part of the problem. This show is poorly written, poorly acted, poorly directed, poorly edited, the worst theme song in the entire history of Power Rangers. How anyone with a straight face can say that they enjoyed this, I just...
Oh, God! No! God, please, no! No! No!
And one thing that really bugs the living hell out of me is the inconsistency. They don't stick to their own established lore. I mean, Camdor shows up, he kicks all the Rangers' asses, but Will can beat him by himself every time. Miratrix, when she first showed up, she tricks Dax into thinking she wants to be with him when she was using him the whole time. So why the fuck would she literally fall for her own trick? I mean, the only explanation that makes any sense is that it's just pure fucking hubris, that she doesn't think anyone could trick her, and that's what leaves her susceptible to being tricked, because she's not on guard against it, because obviously she would see it coming a mile away. Furious literally freezes an entire city. Why do you even need the Jewel of the Corona, whatever the fuck this is? I mean, literally, he froze an entire fucking city. You know what could have saved that scene, what would have made more sense, is if you had just have him get the jewel and then freeze the entire city. That makes more sense, but he's got the power to freeze the entire city this whole time, and he's just been sitting on his ass waiting for Norg to do everything. Why the fuck do you even need Norg if you have the power to, with one snap of the fingers, freeze an entire fucking city? Make it make sense! The entire team by themselves cannot defeat Furious, but Mac alone can. All 6 of these Rangers, including Mac, are not enough to beat them, but when Mac says, "Y'all hand back and let me handle this," he's strong enough to beat him. Technically he died, but that's not the point. The point is, this isn't the flex you think it is. You're literally saying that, oh, his team held him back, he's stronger without them. This also makes Camdor look like a total bitch, because Camdor got his ass kicked by Will all alone, and yet Will, as part of this entire group, the 6 of them combined, could not beat Furious. So once again, Furious is supposedly that fucking strong. Why did he spend the entire season sitting on his ass doing nothing? The main reason I made this video is because there seems to be some sort of debate, and I don't even know how this debate exists, because the answer is fucking obvious. People are talking about whether or not this team quits, and whether or not that makes some shitty people for quitting. Yes, they quit. They literally quit every fucking episode. It's a staple of the team. They quit every chance they get. Dax quits multiple times, like, oh, I got a girlfriend, she dumped me, so I'm too heartbroken to fight. I'm gonna let my friend sit out here and die while I play pool. Also, I got a starring movie role, and that's more important than saving the world. So, y'all go out there and die while I'll go over here and handle my business. Mac, he's like, I can't be a ranger, I'm an android. That's the only one that makes any sense, just because, like, he's literally having an identity crisis. He just found out that everything he's known about himself and life is a lie. I kind of get it. But still, at that point in time, it becomes meaningless because of how many other people have already quit. When they asked did they quit, they're specifically talking about the crossover episode where, yes, 100% they did quit. Everyone's saying, well, you would quit too if you were replaced. They were not replaced. Sentinel Knight used his magic powers to bring people from the fucking future because the world needed protecting. They were always supposed to be temporary. They were not replacements. In fact, I don't even know if the Legacy Rangers ever stepped in a Zord. They were never supposed to be permanent. They were there to keep the world safe while they figured out how to fix the morphing grid so the Overdrive Rangers could have their powers back. And the Overdrive Rangers were like, well, we're not needed here, so we'll go back to our normal lives. Fuck you! And that's made even more egregious by the fact that literally the episode right before that, Will, once again, quit because every single one of them quits every single fucking episode. Will quits, and then Spencer has to be the one to hand him back the morph, be like, hey, once a Ranger, always a Ranger. And then literally the very next episode, they all decide, nah, fuck this bullshit, you got your team, we're gonna go have some fun being famous and shit. To anyone out there trying to argue that they didn't quit, or at least that the quitting was justified, or that, hey, they came back in the end so that makes it okay, I just want to know, legitimately.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look, I know it's a little too late to be saying this, but the too long didn't read version of this story is Operation Overdrive sucks. And look, normally I would welcome comments, but in this specific video, I'm legitimately thinking about just turning them off because I don't want your opinion. Honestly, if your opinion is different from mine, you can just leave me the fuck alone! Power Rangers is a really good TV show despite its flaws, but my recommendation is that unless you're one of the people who just absolutely has to watch every single episode of every single season, Overdrive is fully worth skipping. I can't be the only one who felt like those final episodes were way too rushed. It feels like they were literally trying to fit an entire season into 2 episodes, and it just made everything so much worse. I mean, literally at the end, they're like, oh my god, look, the slide switch, it's not working. And Will, with that cocky, bullshit-eating grin smile, he's like, I got this. Damn, no one could fix that light. Look, I know I come off as a little bit of a hater, and I am. People think I'm a nice person because I don't go out of my way to be a jackass, but I am a jackass at heart. I was just taught from a very young age that there are some things better left unsaid.
Mills, I want to be a doctor when I grow up. Nigga, did I just catch you wanting to be?
Look, the most compelling case I can make for why no one should ever watch Operation Overdrive is this simple fact. Power Rangers debuted when I was like 3 years old, and I watched every single season from kindergarten through high school graduation, and then I watched a couple episodes of Overdrive, and then I went like 20 years without ever watching Power Rangers again. Okay, it wasn't 20 years, it was 12, but the point is still valid. But anyways, that's my review. I would definitely give Operation Overdrive, like on a scale of 0 to 10, I'm giving Overdrive negative 100. But I'm not done with Power Rangers. I still love the series. I'm watching Ninja Steel right now. I just found out there's a second season. I'm not going straight into that. I'm going to watch Ninja Steel, and then I'm going to finish up RPM because people seem to love that. And then I'm going to circle back around to Ninja Storm just because that's my favorite and I miss it. Also, I do have episode 2 of the Jack Taylor fan fiction. No idea when I'm going to record it, but like it is ready somewhat to be filmed. It'll happen when it happens. Yeah, that's the end of this video, and until the next time you see my face in the video, my name is Nathan Lyle. Hope you have a great day, week, month, year, however long it is till I'm back here.
Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?